By 1706, colonial shipyards were building stronger vessels, supporting trade across the Atlantic. Trade between the colonies grew stronger each year, connecting ports, towns, and communities across British America. By 1708, farming, trade, and skilled craftsmanship created a strong colonial economy. Along the Atlantic coast, fishing became another important industry, supporting families and expanding colonial trade. The colony's vast forests supplied timber for homes, ships, and growing industries across British America. Water-powered sawmills transformed raw timber into building materials, helping the colonies expand year after year. By 1712, stronger public buildings reflected the confidence and steady growth of the English colonies. Printing presses spread knowledge, connected communities, and strengthened life throughout the English colonies. Reliable postal routes helped the colonies stay connected, sharing news, ideas, and opportunities. Education became increasingly important, preparing a new generation to build the future of the colonies. By 17, colonial ports had become gateways, linking North America with the Atlantic world. Atlantic trade routes connected the colonies with Britain, bringing goods, ideas, and steady economic growth. By 1708, colonial towns had become busy centers of trade, education, and everyday life. Local assemblies gave many colonists a voice in community affairs, laying foundations for future self-government. By 1720, roads, rivers, and regular communication connected the English colonies more closely than ever before. By 1721, Britain's economic influence reached every major colonial port. By 1722, a new generation, born in the colonies, was building communities and shaping its own future. Skilled craftsmen helped the colonies prosper, producing tools, furniture, clothing, and everyday goods. Fertile farmland provided food for growing communities and strengthened the colonial economy. Watermills transformed harvested grain into flour, supplying towns, ports, and growing colonial communities. By 1726, colonial exports reached markets across the Atlantic, strengthening Britain's growing empire. By 1727, the English colonies had become prosperous, connected, and steadily expanding. By 728, many colonists now saw the colonies not only as settlements, but as their permanent home. By 1729, colonial capitals guided trade, local government, and the steady growth of British America. The year 730 opened a new chapter as the English colonies entered an era of lasting prosperity. Early 730s, a religious revival encouraged reflection, learning, and new ideas across the colonies. Printed books and pamphlets carried knowledge across the colonies, connecting communities through shared ideas. By 1733, higher education prepared future leaders, teachers, and scholars for the growing colonies. Knowledge of science, navigation, and geography helped the colonies explore, trade, and continue to grow. Surveyors carefully mapped the western frontier, preparing the way for future settlements across the colonies. By 736, frontier settlements continued to expand, bringing new farms, stronger communities, and fresh opportunities. Improved frontier roads, connected distant settlements, encouraged trade, and opened new paths. By 1738, newspapers spread information, connecting communities, and encouraging the exchange of ideas across the colonies. By 1713, colonial shipbuilders were constructing larger vessels, supporting trade across the Atlantic Ocean. By 1740, the English colonies had become prosperous, connected, and ready for a new chapter that would change history. By 1741, Britain's American colonies had become stronger, wealthier, and more connected. By 742, settlers continued moving west, carefully exploring and building new communities beyond the Appalachian frontier. By 1743, Frontier trade routes connected distant settlements, bringing supplies. By 1744, frontier towns became thriving centers of farming, trade, and opportunity beyond the older colonies. By 745, detailed maps opened new possibilities, guiding future settlements across the expanding frontier.